what the hell are you doing here, Mo? Why'd you get me out of jail?
Well, it's good to see you too, Cardell. And I thought you brought me here to thank me. Maybe even buy me a drink.
You wouldn't have done it if you didn't want something. But I'd rather rot in jail than to help with whatever's going on in your crazy head.
I'm just trying to make things right.
If you wrong us, shall we not revenge? Don't sound like a woman looking to make nothing right.
My little brother was just murdered, and I was upset. I didn't know how dangerous Ty had become. How many people's lives he ruined. People who matter to me. Like you.
Since when?
I can't fix everything my brother destroyed, but at least I wanted to help you. Especially given our history together.
You always been a straight shooter, so I'm gonna take you for your word. But as far as history together, that's exactly what it is. History. Goodbye, Mo.
Yes, sir. Westside Live.
That's hot right there.
We are back. Yes, sir. Hey, Donnie Bills, this is kind of like officially the first game of the season.
Oh yeah, we out of the exhibition preseason round.
Yeah. Well, those first few shows, exhibition games.
Yeah, all top.
Well, we coming back with a cold one today, Cutty.
Yes, sir.
And we ain't gonna play no games with it. We got one of your OG Cutty Max.
Yes, sir.
You know, we're putting in work from boys in the hood. We had a whole free preach movement still going. He's already
going, and the nigga out, and it's
out, and we still got it going.
Still yelling free church. You feel?
He was the dude I called when I ran into John Singleton and this whole West Los Scholars thing began. The first one I called, Cutty. Without further ado, my Cutty Mac. Cutty. Kareem Grimes. What up, bro? Shot.
What up, bro? Shot. What finger?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man.
What it do, Cutty?
Man, listen. I'm just getting off a set. I was in a bad area. I said I gotta get away from this area so I can at least have some good reception. I'm on this this freeway. Thank God I'm in the Tesla. I got a little self-driving, so I'm good to go for right now.
Yes, sir.
You sounding good. You sounding good. No feedback. No La Brea action.
Yeah. Right. No, you ain't going down passing Stalker. You ain't hitting that route.
Exactly. First and foremost, man, it's an honor and a pleasure to be on this with y'all. You know what it is, man. Y'all my OGs, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all my big bros. I look up to y'all. I still look up to y'all.
That's right. Well, now you got the young up and comers looking up to you. You got the new OG sitting right here for you, bro. Shot.
Yes, sir.
Exactly. So, I'm just happy to be on here, man. Indeed.
So, yeah, let's jump into it, man. Our whole West Los Scholars team, was behind the whole free preach movement.
Yes,
so before we get into that, Cutty Mac, I was explaining our whole journey with West Los Scholars. Like I said, I called you first when John Singleton, had the cash to read my book.
Yeah.
And I was like, and I knew you knew him the most out of all of us, so I hit you up immediately. Yeah. And like I said, the way his methods he used, whatever they worked. And man, you saw I went and bought the camera, the lights, and got the team. Absolutely. And man, you was like, man, day one, you was like, bro, do you need anything, any tips? Your boys need help, bro. Don't even hesitate to call me.
Absolutely.
Right. Day one, Cutty.
Absolutely, man. Indeed, bro. That's what it is, man. It's I was raised from that cloth of, not only each one teach one, but those that need the information and you have it, you have to share it. You know what I'm saying? You just can't sit on that information. You got to be able to share that and get that game to the next person. Period. You know what I'm saying? No questions asked. Ain't looking for nothing in return. That's just what
Right.
it is.
So you
Yeah,
got
that's
your
real.
you jumped off the porch with Boys in the Hood, or did you do something prior to that?
No, I was doing extra work. I was doing extra work, but I would always get bumped up. And the last joint I did before Boys in the Hood was this HBO show called Women in Prison. And
Oh wow.
yeah,
Yeah, I remember that joint.
yeah. So I did that, and then my mom's friend was like, "Yo, they're looking for some young black kids who skateboard." And at that time, I was heavy into the skateboard. And come to find out, my mom was like, "Yo, it's this young brother straight out of SC. He wrote a script. It's amazing, and he's shooting his movie. And they looking for some kids and skateboards, and voila, I find myself on set, and wasn't no skateboarding involved. I was just, we was just playing football in the street, the whole nine, man. So we at least a week or two into shooting, and we're at lunch, and John Singleton comes over. We're all just throwing the ball around at lunch, and he comes over to me, talks to me, asks me my name, where I'm from, the whole nine, and he was like, "Yo, man, I'm gonna give you some lines. Are you cool with that?" And the rest is history, man. That's how I got in the SAG. That's how I got, my first start with being in a major film, with lines, and that kicked off everything, man. So I owe a
I
lot to
know.
to John Singleton, man. God rest his soul. That was my big bro, and
Yeah.
you know he always looked out for me and put me to work as soon as I got out of college with Baby Boy. I was his assistant, but I pretty much touched every department in that, from location to casting to everything. So
So you did the
he
leg
showed
work.
me what it takes to make a movie. From the pre-production, production, and post-production.
Learned all
Amazing,
the
man. Interesting dude. Like I told you, like when we hooked up, well, when he got my book, just out the
Mm-hmm.
blue, he just like, "Yo, I'm not gonna help you," and then he'd turn around and call me and help me. And I was
Yeah,
like, "Kareem, what's he doing to my mind, man? It's not fucking with my mind, JC." And he was like, "Brody, just roll with it." And Brody, I
yeah,
rolled with it. Every tip he gave me, I used it.
absolutely, man, absolutely. That
Uh-huh.
John was definitely down for helping his people, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
John showed me. To be honest, being on Boys in the Hood was the first time that I saw pretty much a whole black film crew, from the
Mm.
DP
Mm-hmm.
to hair, makeup, to locations, to the stunts. Everybody was black. You know what I'm saying? And he used those same people on multiple films that he did.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, that was my first taste. Uh, of really seeing an all black crew. All together, working as one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just think that,
What
Kareem.
would
It
you
took me like almost 210 to see that when I worked on the KC and JoJo show. That was the first show I worked on. That was an all black cast, Cuddy.
Yeah.
And I
what would
was
you
there
say?
years later.
What would you say is like two things that's intangible that you possess that allowed you to navigate through that early? Like what was in you, not on you, that helped you succeed?
Yeah, man. I think I just knew earlier on what I wanted to do. So
Okay.
I found my passion at an early age, and
Okay.
from there on, man, is what I did. My mom enrolled me in the Marla Gibbs acting
Okay.
class, acting
Mm,
school. So big shout out to Marla Gibbs and Angela Gibbs, and my
mhm.
acting teachers were women male from Sanford and Son and Ed Cambridge. You
Yeah.
know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
you were part of that. Okay.
You had that ability to soak up the game for real. So you was
At a
attentive.
young at a young age, I was able to soak up so much game from these legends. You know what I'm saying? Here I am
Oh,
at 11, 11 years old, being
Mm.
taught by women male. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So, You
And
know,
that's a very impressionable time.
that's that exactly. That's my foundation. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
And on top of that, they were right over there in the Crenshaw, the little Crenshaw Square Mall, right across from
Mhm.
Andrew's funeral home. You know where Earl's Grill is, right upstairs. You know,
Right,
so right in the community.
right, right. Oh, that
You
makes
know,
sense. You know, some people leave the community and go get that tutelage, and they come back from a different regime because of the
yeah,
environment. So that it's
yeah.
in your environment, but it's of that caliber. It allowed you to soak that shit up. That's hard.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely. And then from there, when she bought over there in Lamert Park the theater, and it was
Mm.
Crossroads.
Yeah.
So I was going there. So it went from Crenshaw to Lamert Park. So I was
Mm.
there every summer, and then before that, we were doing showcases at Marla's Memory Lane on King Boulevard. She had that club on King Boulevard. We was doing all our
Mm.
showcases every summer there.
Cutty, for a
You know,
youngster,
so
that was
I
one of my biggest. That was one of my biggest moments when Marla brought Memory Lane. Man, I thought that was
yes,
like the most incredible thing moving.
absolutely, absolutely, man, absolutely. So that's for me, man. It was a blessing to just be able to stay grounded within my community, you
Hmm.
know, and be taught, by the elders, man, and I stand on their shoulders.
And that's good confirmation to, a lot of people in the community now. That is the stigma. There's nothing in the community anymore. Where are the programs? Why isn't this? Remember that was there. A lot of
Yeah,
people, they claim it as old school jazz, it's some past stuff, but it's because look at the production and the things that was produced by what's in the community when you clash those two environments. So if we don't have that, we can't have another Cuddy Kareem Grimes coming out the community if those programs aren't there. We get what
right,
I'm talking about. We're like, you got to go into Hollywood to get
right,
that, and then you stay in that mold versus showing the face and showing the energy and the morals behind what we represent, though. So
absolutely,
that's good to hear. Like really, and pinpoint, like for anybody in the community, this is why you keep it in the community because of the
absolutely,
product that comes out of it, versus
absolutely.
not what you get out of it, is who you get out of it.
There it is. That
Yeah,
part.
yeah.
That part.
Mm.
Hey,
So
Kareem, tell them who Whitman Mayo is and Marla Gibbs for the
oh
youngsters.
yeah.
That's all.
So Women Mayo played Grady on Sanford and Son.
Mm-hmm.
He was also in Boys in the Hood when they went to the neighborhood, and Lawrence Fishburne was telling them about what we dealing with today is man, I'm lost for words right now, but when people are coming in outside of the neighborhood to buy up all the property,
Mm-hmm.
what's the word, man? I'm trying to think of it right now.
Gentrification.
Yeah, gentrification.
Yeah,
Exactly. So
yeah.
when Lawrence Fishburne invited them, Women Mayo was the older gentleman who was in that scene. But yeah, Women Mayo played in a lot of films, and then
Mm.
of course legendary Marla Gibbs, from the Jeffersons on to 227, and still working to this day. So
Mm-hmm.
those are my teachers, and those, like I said, those are the shoulders that I stand on.
Now let me ask you this though. So Cuddy Mac, how, because the game has changed from when you was a young whippersnapper getting the game in the community, and now you the product we see today. Now
Yeah,
you don't see too many people. I won't say you don't see too many people, but there's different ways to get in the game. So now you
yeah,
got these companies that find people who already have a platform on social media and just take
right,
that personality and try to portray it in their film versus
right.
people like you who go through the ranks and the ropes to learn the game and really like deserve and divulge in the role. So what's the wave right now to stay afloat when you come from the true cloth versus the new cloth?
Man, to be honest, man, because I came from the true cloth, it allowed my resume to speak for itself, and my work to
Mm-hmm.
speak for itself.
Okay.
So I've never had to deal with, well, how many followers you have. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? You look at my resume. I've done films with and TV shows with people who won Oscars and
Right.
and Emmys and Golden Globes. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So
with that being said, I don't need to sell myself on social media per se because I
Right,
have already done the work. And for me being in this game for this long,
right.
the work speaks for itself.
And then when you walk in the rooms, and people that are in control, they already know what time it is.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. I ain't new to this. I'm true to this.
Yeah, that's game for anybody out there
Yeah.
that you gotta build your resume and stand on that shit. Don't
Yeah.
sit back and try to get with the new trend because it can work. Do what you doing and build that resume so when you walk in the room, like real gonna recognize real and that resume gonna speak.
Absolutely.
And then that'll
Absolutely.
help you build all the new wave stuff. But
Yeah.
it is hard for I see a lot of social media. I'm 28, so I see a lot of people in my generation and shortly under that have success, but then they
Right.
plateau sooner. They don't stay in the game because
Yeah.
they don't have the tools, the assets to maintain nor the resume.
Yep.
They get that situation because they bring leverage to the table with their following or what they're doing on the brand personality, the team
Right.
behind them. But like you saying, if you ain't been in the game, it's still the same game. It's just different players and the shit. So
There it is.
yeah.
There it
So that's
is.
game on the trade for anybody out there, man. Stack that resume and do shit that matters, not shit that counts.
There it is. That part. That part.
I'm rocking with
Yeah,
that.
because I remember I called you when you blew me away with Preach character,
Oh
and
yeah.
like I said, I was honest with you, Cuddy. I just knew that you were just gonna be that actor. Like I said, from when we first started till now, you always been working. So I
Yeah.
thought you were gonna be like I thought you were gonna be like the Queen Wanda or our brother Grandel Bush, just a dude that's always working steady.
Yeah.
His whole career, right? With
Yeah.
Brody. Like even when you went out for the character of Easy E, I was like, he
Yeah.
looked like him, but is Kareem serious,
Yeah.
Yeah.
brother? When I saw you in Preach, Cuddy, because Cats was telling me about it. They was telling me about it. They was like, bro, this, but they wasn't tying in Cuddy Kareem with Preach.
Right. Right.
Right.
When I
Right.
saw you, Cuddy, and I saw your chops,
Yeah.
I was like, yo, Cuddy is serious.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I had
Thank
to
you, brother.
evaluate. You would have killed that Easy E role, Brody. You would have
Yeah.
ripped that motherfucker up, Kareem.
Yeah. I mean, it's I gave it a gallon effort as far as to I put a whole audition piece together because at that time I wasn't able to. They weren't allowing me to audition. So,
Mm-hmm.
I took it upon myself to, go and get the curl wig, do the research,
Yeah.
get somebody to tape it. And we actually did kind of like a mini audition, with the
Mm-hmm.
bells and whistles. And,
Mm-hmm.
it garnered like, over 10,000 views on YouTube,
Yeah.
and Questlove retweeted it, Fonte from Little Brother retweeted it.
Mm-hmm.
And, I was able to get an audition, but at the end of the day, Jason Mitchell, he got the role, and he did his thing.
Yeah.
Oh, he did see.
For me,
But
I
I
just
bet you they saw you now after Preach. I bet you get it right
oh
now.
yeah, oh yeah,
But
yeah,
see, when you do shit like that though, and you so dope, you also don't want to get tagged in that box like, oh, that's the Easy
right,
E nigga.
right,
Like you feel me? Like preach is defined by Kareem Grimes.
yeah,
Whether it's derived or based on true story, etc., etc. Niggas don't know
yeah,
preach. Whoever preach is, you feel me? In reality,
right,
what it's based
right,
upon. So you in a
Yeah.
situation where now you get to create the mode of what we think preach is, versus changing the mode of what we thought Easy was, because I ain't met Easy E. I don't know him. You know what I'm saying? So I would have
right,
went off I would have judged him based on how you brought it to the table.
right,
Like,
right, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, I think with Preach, man, it's I, besides him, doing time.
yeah.
I think through these seasons, we've kind of peeled back some layers of Preach, and
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Preach is he has a lot of layers to him. You know what I'm saying? The dude is smart. Number one, he just made some bad decisions, and he had to pay for that. But he's out trying to correct those wrongs, and
Right.
he sees something in Coop, and he's trying to get her to see it as well, for her to really just push that, her rapping.
but also, you know, look out for us. It's a big brother, little sister dynamic, and
Right.
you know, they need each other. As crazy as it sounds, you know, for Preach to not be so much in the streets to help her, and for her to stay out of the streets. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that dynamic of, you know, them needing each other to, you know, to help each other is you know, unfolds on TV. And you know,
Right.
Breezy, who plays Coop, is an amazing actress, and you know,
Yeah.
the chemistry that we have is simply amazing, man. Simply amazing.
She's very good at displaying
Yeah,
like deep emotions in
yeah,
the scenes, like
yeah,
really feeling like she's going through the shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like her girl really in a contract, like she really trying to get a record off the ground. Like, you
right,
know, maybe because she experienced these things in her in her reality outside of the show, but in the show, that shit, like you be feeling that shit. And then Preach come in the scene, and it's like in every hood there's a Preach, every hood, you know, there's a Coop, somebody trying to get out and make it, and somebody trying to say, hey, here's a way. This isn't the way though. Like there's a way I may not know, but I know this isn't the way. So I
exactly.
think it is something that you're talking about, like that chemistry, that shit crazy. Like that's what I like about the show. It shows different sides of the hood, and then
Yeah,
tapering into the football and the sports aspect. A lot of people don't understand the detriment that people go through and just trying to get out the hood with shoulder pads and a helmet on or some rap. You know, it's not. It's a typical thing, but they don't never highlight and show like the journey of that shit. You know, the
right,
behind the scenes of what goes
right.
on to really do that shit. You know.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, we all know those stories of, you know, the dude was an All-American, but he got caught up in some gang stuff or
Yeah.
wrong place at wrong time, and you know, life
Yeah.
cut short or made a bad decision, and you know, in jail or something, never got that opportunity to really, you know, to see his full potential.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
And
it's
I love the factors in the show that it shows the opposites attracting, like you saying with Preach and Cool, but then also, you know, with just the mixed kids in the show and the different class of lifestyles. And that's LA for you. You can drive 15, 20 minutes or take a bus or train and be in Beverly Hills. Like I
yep,
went to Fairfax and I was on 35th and Normandie, but it's like the cross change between them few stops, you know, just how the lifestyle change, or you know, you over there in Beverly Hills, but nigga, you going to the hood after that. like that's all that shit cool from first through sixth period. Then that bell ring, you feel me? It's like damn.
so you know, it's just one of those. It's a great show, man. It just really, you
Oh,
know,
you froze
Crenshaw
up.
and
There you
Beverly
go.
Hills to let you know, hey, good and bad in both. You know what I'm saying? And you know, it gives it a balance, which you know, which makes the show what it is.
Yeah. And then
Yeah, that's what
all
I was to ask you about
You
that,
know?
Cuddy, because we had the mom that plays Donnie Bill's mom on our show, Westside Challenge, right? And she grew up like us. She knows the cool preach problems. But her daughter right now grew up in the suburbs and got Olivia problems, minus the drinking.
yeah.
And I'm and like and that
Right,
show helped me like say like even though those problems are small to us being from the hood, it's still their problem. You know what I'm saying? Because that's all they know.
right,
So it made me
right.
stop and really listen to those kids. You know what I'm saying? I grew up in the suburbs, but still going through some shit. So
Yeah,
watching this show, man, really helped me see that side. Like I said, at Donnie Bills, he trains kids in football from Orange County and shit like that. So, like I said, this show helps him deal with those types. You know what I'm saying? Going through silver spoon
absolutely.
problems.
Man.
Yep, absolutely,
Definitely.
absolutely, man.
And I see I was mad y'all killed my boy Sean off, you know, Jahai Reeves. We went to high school
Oh
together,
yeah,
man. Yeah. He
okay.
played football up at Fairfax with me. He a couple years younger than me, but you know what I'm saying? That's my guy. So we seen him at All American. That's what brought me to the show. That's my guy. He moved out
Okay.
to LA young to do acting, you know, from the East Coast. His brother was out
Yeah.
here, his half brother was out here. So he been out here on that journey. So when we seen him on All American, man, it was love. And then the niggas killed my dog off, man.
Yeah. But then, you know, he ends up getting the Disney movie Safety. where he
Yeah, of
played a
course.
football player, based on a true story. And the brother did an amazing job, man. Jay Reeves is, one of those brothers that, are definitely on the rise that you definitely gonna see a lot more of.
Yeah, he gonna have that resume when he get to where he need to get to. He ain't gonna have to worry about all that get to where to get to because they gonna stand on that
Exactly.
resume.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yes,
but
sir.
now, like you saying, though, it's like Sean almost he didn't die. He just went to Clemson. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
exactly. He went to Clemson.
You know, in my world, that's what happened.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? He faked his death so he could go take care of his brother at Clemson.
There it
Like,
is.
you know
There
what
it
I'm
is.
saying? Yeah,
There it
that's all love, man. Then I seen you, man, on this journey. I peeped you the other day. You was working with my guy Bishop a couple months ago. I seen, man, he was putting you to the test.
Yeah, man. Listen. Bishop is that young brother out of New York, man. He's got a lot of energy, man, and solid individual dude. And we definitely been getting it in, man. Work out. He'll help me with on the mix, boxing, and the whole nine,
Mm-hmm.
man. So yeah, big shout out to that brother, man.
Yeah. He's a good dude, man. A lot of
Yeah,
energy, like you said, man. And workouts ain't
absolutely.
no joke, man. I be looking over
Yeah,
there, seeing
nah,
putting people to the
he's a beast.
test, boy.
He's a beast.
Yeah. Make a lot of sense.
Yeah, this okay.
Cuddy Mac, how you and Kareem hook up?
Man, that's
Man,
all I want to ask you, Cuddy. How do we hook up? Cuddy's like, no, it was too Cliff, but soon we saw each other, it was like instantly, like finger
you know
up, and
what?
it was
It was through
quick.
it
That's
was
it.
through through Cliff Love, C Love.
It was.
Yeah. But see, here's the thing. I've been seeing y'all for years though. When
I've
y'all
been
was
seeing you
hooping
for
with Def
years.
Jeff.
Yeah.
When
Oh,
y'all was
see,
hooping
that's
with
what
Def
I've been
Jeff.
seeing you around, Cuddy.
You said what?
Well, I said I've been seeing you around.
Yeah,
We made
yeah,
a
but
official other night.
I've been peeping y'all for a long time when y'all was Def Jeff, Soul Train, you know what I'm saying? Clubs in LA here and there, you know what I mean? Because I 5 cent. So you know what I'm saying, all them groovers. So man, being all, you know what I mean? But I think when it really came together is through C Love, man.
So it was that night. It
No,
was me, you, Cliff, and Gorgeous
Kimball.
Dre with the
Kimball.
Houdini show that night,
Yeah, and Kim.
and Kimball that night.
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
Yep.
Official.
That's how it all
Absolutely,
comes
man.
full
Kimball's
circle,
another.
man.
That's my big bro, man. So that's the connection between Kimball
Yeah.
and C Love.
That was a cold connection that night, though. Me, you, Cliff, Kimball, and Gorgeous Dre. That was a cold hookup today.
Man, that
At
was a cold
the
hookup,
Houdini
boy.
show, bro. That's a cold lineup right there, Cuddy.
Cliff Love.
You came in with the brim. I said, okay,
Yep.
Cuddy. OG
Yes,
Yeah.
with
sir.
the bar.
Yes, sir. You know you got to come sharp for Houdini, bro. You can't play with Houdini or New Edition.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly, man. But yeah, man,
man.
that's the connection.
Yup.
It's always a little piece to something, man, and make it make sense.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Yeah, let's jump into this because we got this in common. I get tips from you as well. You know I'm a coach. Got my football camp Go Beyond the Game. And this is really for y'all to really chop it up. But I have a question with 3 parts, right?
Okay.
Now, you've been working out, staying physically fit. Every time I see you, like I said, smiles, cutty finger, always love, every time for over 20 years, right?
Yes, sir.
So now you take the 350-pound girl that already got dudes already, but first thing she does is lose weight, and then she want to fuck everybody. You know, sometimes you get raped or get in some type of situation, right? Then you got this, like you said, man, Simply Wholesome. You got a lot of miserable vegans, right? And then you got the youngsters that's eating healthy, smoke herb, but they constantly depressed, anger, and stuff like that. So you being a fitness trainer, like what are they missing? Like what are they not doing to fulfill that whole thing? So when I work out, I feel great. So what's going on with the mental aspect of, like I said, people losing weight?
You know what though? I think for me, working out is a stress reliever. I'm saying that 40 minutes or an hour, whatever I'm going through, thinking about, I'm able to let that go through my workouts. Because I'm focusing on the task at hand, whether it's going up and down the Culver City stairs or, running, 10, 100 sprints or push-ups, so I'm focused on my sets and getting through those repetitions. And then also too, when you work out, that's your way of paying yourself. You got to pay yourself first before you can pay anybody else. In the words of, you look good to, when you work out, you look good and you feel good to go pay bills. You know what I'm saying? So, but I think with working out, but also too, the food comes in handy because you got to put the proper food into your body so it can perform at a high peak. You can't roll in the Rolls Royce and put 86, 87 in the Rolls Royce. It's gonna mess up. You know what I'm saying? So you got to put the proper foods in there, but also too, the foods, give you the energy. When you eat dead food or dead animals, you putting something in your body. But when you put live foods, fruits and vegetables, it does something to you. You know what I'm saying? I truly believe that. And then with losing weight, man, I think we get so caught up in, I'm gonna work out and lose weight, but it's 80% nutrition and 20% of the workout. So you can work out till the cows come home. You can go hit the iron and weights and all that other stuff, but if you still putting BS in your body, you ain't gonna get no results. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta everything goes hand in hand. The workout, the proper nutrition, what I'm saying, getting the proper rest. But also too, man, just keeping a positive attitude. You take it one day at a time. You don't go further. You don't look, for the next week or 2 or 3 days. Deal with right now. Be present and deal with what's going on right now, and take it day by day. And continue to just keep pushing yourself and paying yourself each and every day, because the more you deposit into yourself, the greater your return will be. Period. And that's in all aspects of life.
Yeah. I take two things away from that, like to what you saying in the situation with Cuddy Mack saying is a lot of people when they're working out, they forget that it's stress relief is therapy. You can't be working out wondering when you're gonna make your goal. You can't be working out thinking about the problem you had today, like, or talking to your trainer about the issue you had with your shorty or at work, or just focus on the other things. If you really just tap that threshold and block it out, you'll get the results like you're saying. So like you're saying, it's 80% nutrition, then it's 20% the workout, but a workout is 90% mental. Your body just moving and doing stuff that it's capable of. So it's a lot of it in mind. So on your situation, Cuddy, is like I see a lot of women in being a trainer in the game. Those three split scenarios are the big girl that's gonna get down and do what she do. The vegan who ain't getting enough meat in her life, so she depressed and stressed. And then the young girls, the women aren't linking up like they used to back in the day. You need that big girl to get that vegan some advice. So go ahead and get that young woman some advice, so the young woman can get that big girl some advice. That big girl need to be around that young woman to get slim, and the young woman need to see the big girl so she know what to avoid. Everybody split on this independent wave in whatever race denomination age group. You don't see that. You know, everybody want to be booed up with a girlfriend, boyfriend, or just independent entrepreneur, but you don't see the brothers linking up. And like we got a group of men over here. That's the biker gang.
Right.
You see the golf people. You don't see the little factions no more like in high school at the lunch table. You used to see that in the community where you knew certain sections.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Gang banging isn't prevalent. We done united. So when you had segmentation, you was able to see difference in people and know where to go for certain shit missing in your game. Now it's just open. You know what I'm saying? You got the big girl on the same stage as the young 22-year-old hottie. If she on Instagram and her TikTok popping, like if her resume speak for itself, when she was little, you knew about her. Like it's even. Like so when you working out now, it's like you can't just get in there and you know, you see a big girl working out and you might get her because you know one day she going, you know what I'm saying? But she already up. You ain't even looking at the hottie running on the track no more because you see sure like everybody on the same street. So, you know, it's folks like us, folks like Kareem, even you, Cutty, when you're doing your workout stuff, we understand that nothing else matters because if I don't focus on this, it's not going to work. Everybody else is working out too.
Right.
Like being healthy is the thing. You know what I mean? So I just think people need to link up and share their journey more and be a part of it more and not be next to people who are doing the same thing as them. You know, people that are doing different things so you can learn a variation. You see in the fitness world, it's all like the big women work out together. All the sexy Latinas work out together.
Right.
All the beautiful, fit, vegan black women with the locks. You feel me? The natural they work out. You don't never see the blend.
Right.
So it's like it's now it becomes hatred or it becomes what is the norm because the same group of dudes is looking at the group of big women walking on the track and then they peeping at the hotties while they doing their stuff. Like we don't give a shit. But in their world, because they ain't linking and talking about it now and understanding how the big girls win. We do that as Cuddy Max. Cuddy asks me all the time, Brody, man, like how y'all do it?
Right.
Like what's the wave? Or hey, this artist is out. Why do people like him? Like what is going on with that? We cross change through generations, just like right now. There's 3 different levels of Cuddy Mackin on the same plane, but we understand there's a difference. We understand we can learn from these planes. So in the fitness world, I think people need to start cross changing their ideas and ideologies. Like if you go to Planet Fitness for this style of training, it's okay to learn something else over here. You got to cross train your mind.
Yeah, so you just gotta be open, man. I think you gotta be open to be able to learn new things and not just get so caught up in your way. You know, there's always different avenues and different ways of exercising. You know what I'm saying? I remember a homegirl of mine was like, yo, come with me to this parkour. And I ain't never did parkour before, but I was like, yo, let's go. End up going to parkour up in Culver City and enjoyed it. Had a hell of a full body workout. You know what I'm saying? So now I have parkour in my regimen. You know what I'm saying? Yoga, you know what I'm saying? Doing yoga. So, you know, that's another form of exercise, man. So, but you just have to be open and willing to learn, man. And I think when you have that openness, man, you'll be surprised.
Yeah. Hey, Johnny Bill, speak on. Tell me if this is true. What you see when you train, Kareem. Donnie Bills was telling me that I was saying my third scenario how youngsters are eating healthy, smoke a little herb, but they're still depressed and angry. And Donnie Bills was saying they only doing it because it's a trend to eat healthy. It's a trend. They're not doing it for themselves. Do you see that too?
I don't know if it's a trend, man, but I do believe that these young folks, these young kids, man, are smarter. You know what I'm saying? Like I think because they have so much at their fingertips with information that they can literally look up and see, okay, all right, well, me eating this ain't gonna help me. You know what I'm saying? It has so many chemicals and GMOs and things of that nature to where now they're a little wiser. And you know, now you have, you know, kids that are coming up who are totally vegan, you know, or they're just watching really what they eat. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's good because, you know, our generation was raised on, you know, mama and daddy cook, great grandma cook, and you know what I'm saying? And what they learned when they was young, that was passed on from generation to generation. And then, you know, if you know, as you grow older, you tend to learn and look at things and say, you know what, man, what they learn is so much different now, to where for them it may have been good, but as we get older, climate and everything else change. You know, you can't do the soul food, you know what I'm saying? Because we dealing with hypertension and high blood pressure and heart attacks and the whole nine. So you just have to be able to you know, evolve and grow and learn to, hey, you know, I got to put the right stuff in my body if I'm going to be here, you know, for the long haul.
Right.
You know, and I think that has a lot to do with depression too, is, you know, some of the food that's, you know, that's being put out, you know, with chemicals and things of that nature, to where, you know, you consume these things and, you know, it makes you feel a certain way, you know. So we just got to go back to the original, to where, you know, hey, God put, you know, the vegetables and everything on earth for us to be able to eat and heal ourselves. You know, we just got to get back to that.
Right.
You know, so.
No, I agree with that too. Like you said, it ain't no more. My grandma said this is okay, so I'm eating
right.
that.
Exactly.
You know, I'm not doing this because my mama said, and then
right.
You know, and then, you know, opposing the situation and anterior to it is like, now, like Cuddy saying, you have people who are, you can find out what they're eating, you eating it, but we ain't getting that same food from grandma with her foot in it and that love. So maybe when inside you ain't feeling it, but are technically healthier. Like if you gain some, you lose some. So if you take care of the body more, your mind gonna start to do less because your body can sustain. So it's tough being healthy. I was telling somebody the other day, when you in shape, don't nobody want no in shape nigga. It's a lot that come with that. Like when you out of shape and you know what I'm saying, you got the little baller belly or dad body or whatever, man, you be popping. As soon as you get the little definition back, bruh, you gotta try. You gotta work for it. You know, you gotta.
It's work, but also too. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely gonna, you know, inspire and attract the right people that you need in your life, and not the ones that want to go out, want to go out and get lobster and all that all the time. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that gonna be like, yo, let's grow something in the back. You know what I'm saying? Put it together and eat it together, man. So
that person gonna hold you down a little more.
Exactly. It's a lot that goes on with it, man. And I think the key to it, man, is, like I said, is just putting the right stuff in your body. Period. You know what I'm saying? When you do
what is the right stuff? What type of dietary plan are you on?
I mean, I don't even think it's a dietary. I think for me, just eating a lot of vegetables, a lot of cruciferous, a lot of legumes, beans, grains, a lot of fruits, and just drinking a lot of water.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Drinking a lot of water, man, to where at one time I really wasn't eating any meat. You know what I'm saying? And then I just kind of got back on fish. But for the most part, man, it's a lot of vegetables for me. I love a salad.
You're smart for that. So, one thing that I utilize for myself to re-engineer my body composition and for my client base is you have to do a cleanse. So for at least 90 days, you should get rid of meat. Now, I did something in 2019 to where my get rid of was 3 days out the week, I ain't eating no meat. That's how I started. 4 days, I kind of did whatever I wanted. It might have even been fast food, but 3 days, I was him. I was doing everything right. Naturally, I'm working out anyway. So those 3 days, I'm getting more than those 4 days, even though I'm working out. Like you say, you can work out a bunch, but it's diet. So then after a while, I turned those 3 days into 4 days, and I had 3 cheat days. I go hard 4 days, and 3 days I'll be, off the handle. After about a month of that, I didn't even have a lust for the meat, red meat. So then it became chicken. Then it became obsolete. So then after a while, what did Sunny Ocean say? Don't go vegan or vegetarian if you have some battles ahead of you, because the lack of that will digress and regress you. You ain't gonna have that in you. So you have to gauge it by your season and your reason. So if you're gonna do it, you got to re-engineer the muscle memory of your stomach at the right time. Some people try to work out because it's New Year's. I'm gonna try it out, but your schedule might not be set for that. Can't be on tour, on road, and moving, living a fast life, and it. Talking about you finna do this and meal prep.
Right.
When you come back off that run, you a truck driver or you a rapper, or you on set, you getting there, getting in, getting out. It's hard to kind of focus on that when things are elevating. Now, okay, when that dies down, boom, cut a whole lot of shit out. So I think people got to learn themselves and learn their season versus like doing it when it's supposed to be done. We all individualized. You know, we come together and can be the same. So you smart by doing that, you know, just cut things out and then
I think and also just add on, man. I'm a big believer in cleansing. You know, I cleanse as the seasons change. You know what I'm saying? To where as the seasons change, I may do, you know, a 5, 10 day, 21 day cleanse. But for me now, man, I'm always doing a cleanse. I damn near do a cleanse every month to where I may do a 5 to 10 day juice cleanse.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or I just may do all raw foods, you know, for 10, 15 days along with my workout, you know, because I just believe, man, like you said, man, you definitely have to be able to cleanse your body, man, and kind of hit the reset button, you know. I've even gone as far as doing a dry cleanse where I went 3 to 4 days with with nothing. No food, no water. All I did was brush my teeth and wash my ass. You know what I'm saying?
Some like I read something where he said you should go without water for X amount of time.
Yeah.
Just so your body can push certain toxins out on its own.
Absolutely.
So sometimes if you you can drink too much water, and now you're cycling out things that you may have needed a little longer, so you're not retain and maintain. So it's like I'm eating right, I'm working out, I'm drinking all this water, but why I'm not getting the gains I want? Because you may not be gauging it properly. So like you say, people got to cleanse and cut certain shit out. And same thing you do with your herb, man. People will sit it down so that you can get that tolerance back. So, you know, when I went back to eating red meat after months of I loved it. I had a certain taste for it, but I didn't want it all the time because I didn't want to lose that taste for it. So it became a delicacy. I, like you also talked about in my generation of access, people got access to shit, so they don't really care what they're doing. It's like it's there.
Speak on too, because you could help our Queen Jersey girl right here. Knowing, like I said, Kareem, you have to keep yourself fit. You gotta stay Cutty Mackish.
You gotta stay.
You got the coldest temptation moving. You have access to the best peach cobbler in LA whenever you want it. You got access to the coldest, which I'm fighting right now.
Hilarious.
Box pie. Right in anytime you want it. So how do you discipline yourself on that, especially on cheat days?
To be honest, man, it's rare. You know, even though with you know me knowing Southern Girl Desserts, I just you know it's about being around. If you're around it, you then build a tolerance to where you're not. It doesn't bother you. You know what I'm saying? I think their bread pudding is probably one of my kryptonites. But I know, you know what I'm saying? Like I'll go hard for the week. And you know, I may have that just on Sunday. You know what I mean? And sometimes I may not have it at all. But if I know I want it, I'm gonna go in and put the extra work in the day before and the day after.
Where the peach cobbler at?
Yeah, that's at Southern Girl Desserts, Crenshaw Baldwin Hills Mall.
Yeah, Crenshaw Mall. And just throw the Cutty finger. She a straight Cutty Mac too.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm actually right in there.
Man, that's so good. But that's why I said I know it's still in me because when Donnie Bill said cheat day, I couldn't wait for Saturday. Here it is Wednesday. I'm looking forward to Saturday already because I know I'm going to get that lemon icebox pie.
You can eat what you want as long as you put what you need in your body.
There it is. Like Donnie said, that's exactly what it is. As long as you put the right stuff,
as long as you're getting everything else together.
Exactly. That part. That part.
But you might gain a little more, so you might have to walk around a little heftier, but you still be in shape. You know what I'm saying? You can't be trying to be lean off the peach cobbler.
Right.
What you want, you know what I'm saying? It's your body.
Exactly.
Man, so what's that? The other show that you got coming out? You say got a second season?
So For the Love of Jason is on UMC, which is now all black streaming service, and we just got a second season last week, so we're super excited about that. We'll probably go into production hopefully in November. For the Love of Jason, man, is pretty much a male version of Insecure.
Okay.
You know, so it's a black male in his 30s, professional, living in Los Angeles, dating. What does that look like? You know, I play his best friend who went to school with him, Eric, who is the married one out the group. You know, he's newly married. And then, you know, you have Layla Lacey, who plays the other friend. She's an actress, divorcee. And then you have BJ, you know, who Brian, who's a therapist, but he got his own situation, his own hangups that he's dealing with as well. So, you know, Brian is kind of like the devil, and I'm like the angel, you know, on Trail, who plays Jason, the lead of the show, his shoulder. So, you know, even though I'm a newlywed, I'm still dealing with my own stuff, you know, but it's an amazing cast. Happy to be a part of it. And like I said, man, it's on All Black, which is UMC. You can stream it. We did 6 episodes, and you know, you'll definitely enjoy yourself. That's for sure.
Yeah.
You'll be thoroughly entertained.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
What Donnie Bills is, like I said, our lead character for West Los Scandalous. We got 3-4 episodes left before we shut it down.
Yeah.
So what would you give Donnie Bills an end strong? What would you tell him?
I mean, listen, man. You know, he's a young Cutty.
Cutty character. Yes, the Cutty character.
Yeah. He's a young Cutty. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got this going, man. And you know, I always tell them, I just tell people, you know, there is no ceiling unless you make it one. You know what I'm saying? Young, full of energy, whatever it is that you want to do, go for it. You know, put 110%. Like I said earlier, the more you deposit into whatever that is, the greater your return's gonna be. Period.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's anything in life. So, you know, you got the keys to the car, it's yours. Yeah. It's just about the destination you want to go to. Right. You dig? You know what I'm saying? And you know, just keep a positive attitude, man. You know, life is gonna get tough, but I think once we keep a positive attitude, and even if we do run into those obstacles and really look at what's the lesson in it, what can I learn from this and take away from this, and keep it pushing, man, everything else is gonna work itself out. Period.
That's real.
Absolutely.
So who's on your list that you want to work with all time?
Oh man, definitely Denzel. You know, Samuel Jackson. You know, Viola. Who else? Man, I got so many, man. Jeffrey Wright.
Man, him. I like Brody. Him and Clifton Powell.
I've worked with Clifton Powell. I've worked with Clifton Powell.
Which one?
I worked with Clifton Powell on Preacher's Son. That's on BET. Yep. I work with Clifton Powell on Preacher's Son and The Family Business on BET. Yeah, so I work with Clifton Powell. Definitely would love to, like I said, Jeffrey Wright, Viola, Denzel, definitely Don Cheadle. Would definitely love to work with Michael B. Jordan. You know, Meryl Streep. You know, I've worked with Clint Eastwood. That's one in the books already. You know what I'm saying? I work with Clint Eastwood. I work with I work with man, I work with so many, man, but it's been a blessing, man, as far as the journey that I've taken to work with, you know, some amazing individuals. You know, I've worked with Jamie Foxx, you know, and this is when he was doing his Oscar run for Ray. I worked with him on Jarhead. So, you know, it's been, you know, my journey, man, has definitely been a beautiful one. It's still continuing, and you know, there are no regrets, man. You know, I've enjoyed the process, and I think that's what keeps me going, is being able to enjoy the process and the journey of it. and not get too far ahead and not worry about friends who, you know, who may have gotten put on first, but celebrating their wins and their victories, and just continue to, you know, run my race, run my marathon.
Right.
George Clooney. I work with George Clooney. You know what I'm saying? I've worked with Debbie Allen. Debbie Allen has directed me. You know what I'm saying? Come on. You know, the great John Singleton has directed me. You know, the great Sam Mendes, who's won, you know, 2 Oscars, has directed me. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, I've worked with some of the best. I've worked with some of the best, man.
I got to work with Debbie Allen, but strictly on the boogie tip, though.
Oh yeah. She listen. She's a cold director, man. She's a cold director. Yeah,
I believe. I went to dance class maybe about 3-4 years ago, and I was cut, so she didn't see me. So I was like, man, Debbie Allen discriminates against heterosexual hardcore hip hop dancers.
Right.
She turned around and just started fucking me up. I was like, man, you always talk about shit.
Yeah, she do got it like a she like the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, look around, Debbie. Come on now. Like you've been to Pimp Doobie's house. What the hell is this?
Doobie, yo. Like, yo, man. Rest in peace, Doobie, man.
Rest in peace, Doobie.
Man. Yes, sir.
Man, Debbie's all love, man. Her and Norm. I stand.
Absolutely. Absolutely, man. Indeed. But yeah, man, that's, you know, that's what I leave, man, is you know, just keeping a positive attitude, man, and you know, what you put in is what you're gonna get out. Yeah. Period.
Do it. How you feel about our Godfather, Lou Ski's chops, from where he started to where he's at now?
Listen, I talked to Lou Ski a couple of weeks ago. He was like, Cutty, I need to talk to you. You know what I'm saying? And you know, he's doing his thing, man, on the family business. And you know, Cutty is, you know, he came from the theater background. You know what I'm saying? He went and got that theater work in, and you know, it just shows in his work, man. And every scene he's in, he steals it. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm proud of Cutty, man. And you know, we always text each other just to check up on each other, see how each other's doing. You know what I'm saying? And you know, he's doing his thing on the family business, man. And you know, they just got that other season. So, you know, he definitely making it happen. You know how Cutty do. He go take what he gonna take and make it do what it do.
I love it, man. But like I said, I saw Rogue, I used to support him in the theater.
Yeah.
And like I said, but he always knew he had that ski swag crutch he could fall on. But now, like I said, he's really concentrating on the acting now. Like he knows how to concentrate. I mean, you know, have that ski crutch no more. Because
absolutely,
I seen him do Othello. And in Oklahoma, right? Brody, Othello.
Right.
Still threw up the Cutty finger doing Othello.
Of course he did.
Hey, that's crazy.
Brody, Oklahoma, he had the overalls on. He did the high step.
I know he did.
Faithful no matter, raising the sun.
Yeah.
He raising the sun to a whole nother level. I was like, this dude is something else. But like I said, but now he just straight coming with chops now.
Absolutely, man. And that's just you know, that's just the work that he's put in, man. You know, that stage is, you can't front on that stage. It's live. Ain't no cut. Ain't no redo. It's live. You know what I'm saying? And when you hit that stage, you got to be prepared, man. But it prepares you for television and it prepares you for film.
That's dope, man. That's so dope, Cutty.
Yeah.
So you like you go deep into your character and all that shit?
I mean, you know, that I've taken certain methods that work for me. I wouldn't go as far as method per se, but you know, once I do the research and kind of do my backstory on you know, who this character is, then I'm, you know, apt to really just go in.
So you said, did you or did you not put on like a little jacket, wife beat underneath, and hug the South Crenshaw district and just like get into the preach? You went and hugged the block walk the pavement.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Vibe, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I think too, just being born and raised here, born in Inglewood, California, but raised around, grew up off of Jefferson and Buckingham and Lamert Park and Baldwin Hills, and you know what I'm saying? So I've seen it, I've been around it, you know what I'm saying? So like you said, it ain't it's in me, it ain't on me, you know what I'm saying? So that element I had already, but a piece of clothing, I put that on, that definitely puts me in preach mode, you know what I'm saying? It was like, they were like, yo, so what do you think he would wear? I was like, oh, he definitely gonna have some K-Swiss, he gonna have some 501 Levi's with a crease in them, you know what I'm saying? He gonna have a pro club, you know what I'm saying? He gonna have a slingshot, you know what I mean? So, these are things that, I bring to the character, to where, if you from LA, you gonna notice off the top that this ain't, that this real deal, because of just little things. The little things that he has on, to where you can be like, oh yeah, he's really from LA.
All American gets away with, because it's still a quintessential like TV show. It's like, okay, I'm living this shit. I lived it. I know 1,000 people that did it. So sometimes people don't care about shit they've been through.
Right.
But it gets away with kind of the moniker of displaying our community because it's real.
Yeah.
Like you see, even Coop character, she on the other side with it, but they didn't do the whole, we're going to find a super butch dyke like,
Right.
They found something that was, it's plenty of people's little sisters is like Coop. And that's still their little sister, that's still their home girl. She ain't stepping on no boundaries and codes on, lines between how men and women get down to keep it together. Even when you go to the other side, some people start to blend the gap. They ain't do all that. They kept everything kind of true to the code, even with the Spencer James situation, or the coach. He got him a little white woman and whatnot, but he still nigga with the Crenshaw. Like he's still on that. He let it be known he don't even mention that. Like his kids mixed. I'm from this district. I'm gonna put on for it before I put on for anywhere else, just because I'm here now.
Absolutely.
That's what I appreciated, about the show too. That shit is authentic.
Yeah, absolutely.
I thought that was brilliant, man. How he could leave the hood, right? Get him a white, and you didn't even look at that,
right?
What the thing?
White chick was so dope. You didn't even like, oh man, you left the hood for white. Like that didn't even cross your mind, because the white was so dope, and the dynamic they had. That's why I was like, oh, this was dope as fuck.
Yeah, when you find out low key it was a regular situation, there was some infidelity. His old shorty still around. You feel me? Like, what I'm saying? And then what I know, they cured that early in the script when they did it where the Karen lady was tripping outside, like the little restaurant, the little rich kids held it down. That quickly let us know, okay, what side the show is on. Because that came early. Like, okay, all the white folks in the show, it's only one of them that was like that for real. And they kind of cleared that up real quick. We're not on that here. We're not going to show the downside of this. It's all upscale.
I mean, we got young black writers in the room. The showrunner who runs the show, Nkechi Okoro, amazing sister, black, and she's the captain. She runs that show, man, and it shows in the writing to where you see things that we deal with on a day-to-day basis in these shows. The first episode of season 3, you see them painting Black Lives Matter in the hallway. You know what I'm saying? So that's just a direct reflection of what we deal with today. That's that you'll see on the show, and the issues that we deal with.
And that's what I like. The point of all that is, like, in a lot of shows, they do stuff like that so that they can get this demographic as the consumers,
right?
But it's subtle, or it's done in a slightly distasteful manner, but at least it was done
right.
Opposed to All American is blatant, like straight up, wow.
Yeah,
like this is what it is. This is how we come in, like. But it's also not to where sometimes we can be so pro-black that it seems like we're anterior to anything else. It doesn't blend that line either. It's just like this we standing on. Like,
right.
you know what I'm saying? This is the situation, and then goes into the plot of the people inside the situation. But the universe that was created in there still shows that we struggle as Black people and go through shit, but it doesn't only show that we succeed out of the struggle or the struggle counts. It just shows that we struggle, and it humanizes Black people, whereas a lot of films lately have dehumanized the Black community.
Right. Absolutely. And I think, like I said, that's what makes the show, that's what makes the show entertaining, is that, they do deal with these subjects, and they're real, what I'm saying? But they give you both sides. It's the yin and the yang of it. And especially I think last week's episode dealing with, mental health and Black men going to see therapists. I think that's always been looked bad upon in the Black community, is like, why you want to go talk to a therapist? I ain't crazy, but that we need more of that, because a lot of us suffer from PTSD, and we ain't even been to war, but it's just our surroundings, our environment, things that we see on a daily can really give us PTSD, and we don't know that, and we carry that around.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And if we have kids, we spread that to our kids without even really consciously knowing.
Right. It was powerful when he told Spencer, like, okay, I get you don't want to hurt Coop, and she's having success right now, and everything is lovely in her life. But what about you, Spencer?
Exactly. What about for real? What about your life? Exactly. That's
every Black man or men we providers is to be like, okay, fuck me.
Yep.
If I make sure y'all straight, I can still night though, because like y'all ain't fucking me, and I ain't thinking about y'all detriment. So if y'all good, I guess I'm straight because I care about y'all.
Exactly.
But that's trapping backwards, because people care about us and lean on us as men, and that's where we got to play our role and letting them know what's going on with us, so they can move accordingly. Because if you lose who you are, so we talk about Spencer James. If Spencer go, the whole community go, the whole
there
team
it is.
Oh, this go, that go. So why aren't we promoting the success of the Trojan horse?
Right.
Everybody can be inside of this community, inside this team and this atmosphere, but we ain't worried about like Amber just got popped. Y'all ain't worried about like come on, that's backwards.
Yeah.
But this person can sit there and worry about nerve damage. We ain't even talking about college no more, or what happened. His shorty and him, they ain't really a thing. It's just back on some whatever, because he worried about everything else, and that happens day in and day out in the Black community.
Absolutely.
You see, men, we try to give what we can't because we believe we're stronger than we are, versus like we talked about in the fitness game, paying yourself first. You pay yourself first, then you give your dividends. Niggas come up broke because they done helped everybody.
Exactly. That's real talk. That's a bar right there.
I've seen it too many times, bro.
That's a bar right there, for real. That's it.
You say it's highlighting that though. It's okay to go ahead and get help.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. Indeed.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, man. So this has been, man, lovely, Kareem, man. Honor you, man. Bless the Young Cutty. They all on here listening.
Yes, sir. Indeed, man. Indeed.
We talked about the whole thing, the fitness, getting your mind right. Not just looking good, but feeling good.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to, man. That's part of it.
Same way he looked at boys in the hood, man. Still glowing, shining.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that's just a part of it, man.
We know that's feeling good, but like I take the skin and shit's glowing. So it's like when cats say I'm stressed out, if your skin ain't ashy and gray and your hair not shining, that's when we know you stressing. Okay,
right.
Exactly. Right. You ain't stressing.
Nigga, you just don't want it.
Exactly.
You look good, you ain't feeling good, you just don't want it.
Exactly. Listen, everybody, look, we all get the opportunity, man, with the grace of God, to be able to wake up in the morning. And if you're able to wake up in the morning, everything else is a cherry on top, because somebody didn't wake up today. You know what I'm saying? Somebody may not wake up tomorrow. But when you're able to open up your eyes and take a breath and be able to see, smell, feel, touch, hear, listen, you got another chance at it, man. So why not be great and do it?
That's real.
Sir.
You know, so absolutely, that's how I look at it, man.
So what should we be looking for, man, before we close out?
Listen, man, you know, we got another season. We got another season for All American. We just got renewed for our 4th season while we're still shooting our 3rd season.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah. We also got a spinoff with All American that's gonna follow Simone, who the girl who was pregnant, who gave birth, to where she's gonna be going to a HBCU, you know, so we're gonna give that aspect of it, which I think is amazing. It kind of feels like a different world, you know, for the newer generation to kind of expose them to the HBCU world. Like I said, we got season 2 for the love of Jason. You know, I got my app Face Pop out now, and then I'm working on another piece of tech right now that's about to compete with Zoom. It's really the black Zoom. It's called virtual co-working.
Come on now, I need that.
Yeah. So we yeah. So you know the app right now is out on iOS and Android, and it's called Virtual Co-working. You can download that now.
I'm on that.
And then we got the website, which is a virtual co-working community, and that's the website. And we also have another arm of that where we are about to be in our 2nd phase of our app, which is an app that's going to, you know, compete with Clubhouse. You know what I'm saying? We know what Clubhouse, and we know that black people made Clubhouse what it is. It's a $1 billion app, and they still in beta. But we got an app that we're about to come out with called Truly Social, that's going to, you know, I wouldn't say compete with, but just we're gonna be in that same space, and it's 100% black owned, both platforms. Good, virtual co-working and Truso. And you know, with us, it's not only audio, but we're gonna be we're gonna also have video, because you know we found out that there's 2 things on Clubhouse. If you don't have an iPhone, you can't get on. Number 2, the deaf community is left out. So if you know can't hear, if you're deaf, you can't get on Clubhouse. So we want to be able to serve the deaf community. You know what I'm saying? But also, you said what?
Y'all gonna be having them women doing some other things on that virtual.
But we also have the option of video or audio. So you know that's up to you. But you know, we're super excited, man. Like I said, we're going into our 2nd phase of the app, and you know, I can't wait to share with you guys. And you know, just getting into the tech game, man, because I think it's not enough of us in that space, and we just want to let people know, you know, young people of color, to let them know, hey, man, you can be in this space as well. You can be in this space as well. So, you know, that's what I got going on, man. And you know, 2021 has just been amazing, and we just gonna keep this thing going, man.
Once again, another Cutty Mac going beyond the game.
There it is. Indeed. Absolutely.
Cutty, salute you for my man Tay Diggs, man. He's putting it down. Cutty.
Yo, Tay is amazing, man. That brother is
you know, we had Blair Underwood at Crush Groove. That's the fake run. He's not no Blair Underwood. Then his chopsies came through, and homeboy, like, you know, he's Blair Underwood now. Yeah. Now Tay Diggs, he's Tay Diggs now. Like, he put that shit shot real.
Yeah, Tay is amazing, man. He's an amazing actor.
Yeah.
There it is. Right there it is, my guy. Yep. Virtual co-working. There it is.
Hold on.
Virtual co-working, absolutely, man.
Well, so, you know, I do Zoom workouts and I do Zoom meetings with athletes and go over concepts and coverages and all that. So I'm down to move.
Yeah, let's definitely link up afterwards.
Yeah.
And matter of fact, if you type in my first and last name after we get off, I'll hop on that app so you can truly see it from the phone and see how dope it is. And you know, definitely introduce you to my partner to, you know, put that together, man. But yeah, that's what I got going on, man. And you know, listen, absolutely, I'm going after everything in 2021. I'm not leaving no stone unturned.
Oh,
Yeah.
already got a whole team set, Cutty.
There it is. There it
We
is.
got all our rings, Cutty. These are my championship soldiers right here, Cutty.
There it is. Indeed.
Yeah,
Indeed, man.
Play no
Absolutely.
games, Cutty. Yeah, everybody plays their position, Cutty. We be winning.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely, man. So
Man, we ready to
that's
go.
what's going on.
Cool. So yeah, man. Once again, Cutty Mac, pleasure to have you.
Thank you, OG.
Out with one last clip with my boy Kareem, and end on that note.
There it
Donnie
is.
Bill, talk to you later. Y'all chop it up on the app.
Yes, sir.
Let's get it going. Thanks for everybody that came out. Born Alive, Jersey Girl, all the Westside Tribe.
Yes, sir.
And
Indeed.
we are gone.
Hey, tight. There it is. There it
That's
is, man. For sure. For sure.
I got you. I'm on the app right now, though.
Hold on. Let me do this. I'm gonna get on it.
I'm on it. I'm finna hit okay.
Hold on. I'm about to get on it right now. This is what I'm about to do. I'm about to get on here. Once you type in Kareem Grimes, all one word.
I'm did.
Do this. Boom. I'm gonna jump on.
It says user domain and password.
Hold on. Don't even worry about that. I'm gonna jump on right now.
Come on now. And I already see off of being on this app for 30 seconds is way more smooth, and the resources and the way I just did this is better than Zoom.
Oh yeah, dog. Listen, listen, man. What I'm about to show you right now, dude, is
again, Cutty?
Huh?
What's it called again?
It's called virtual co-working.
Virtual co-working. Okay.
Virtual co-working. You can download the app on your Android or iPhone.
Yeah.
And I'm on right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on. I am the host. Boom, boom. And I'm on right now. So if you type in Kareem Grimes.
Yes, sir.
You right on.
There. Boom. I'm in there, I think. Yes, sir.
There you are. My guy.
Let me mute me up.
There we go. Voila.
I'm in there. Me and Kareem in the conversation on the virtual co-working app, just like that.
Just like that.
All one word?
Yeah, all one word. Just type in Kareem Grimes.
No,
and,
virtual co-working.
Yeah, virtual co-working.
Yeah, that's hard.
Yeah. So this is the Black Zoom, brother. This is the Black Zoom.
I say I do a lot of work on Zoom. You know what I mean? I know that the youth that I work with, they're all in Zoom class. So, we use that to concept, go over film, might bring in an athlete on a higher level, professional, college, whatever, to rap game with them. And why not a platform where it's making sense? Like we talked about from the beginning, the products out the community. Now we siphoning it back into the community.
Exactly.
Send me the link, Donnie Bill. Somebody trying to block me, Cutty.
Hold on. This is what I'm gonna do. Hold on. Let me get out of this. I'm gonna come right back in. Hold on.
Yeah. I got you, Cuddy. I could send you the
link.
It'll be Pinterest ad shit.
Hold on. Let me do this. Boom.
Virtual co-working.
Here, I'm gonna get out of this on the StreamYard and then jump on this because it's got my camera. That's why.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna log you out. We out. I'm gonna play this in, and we out, folks. Send me that link, Donnie.
Yeah, I'm sending you your IG right now in your DM.
All right.
Yeah, that's dope. Yeah.
Next week, Westside Live, Cutty Mac.
Oh yes, sir. You already know, man.
Look, I want Coop money back now. I already turned it in. Man, you better pull it out your ass or something. Else what? Man, try me. Am I supposed to be scared? I mean, first you running around with snitches, now you letting Tyrone roam free after he shot you? Man, miss me with that. Blackjack, no trade back home. Hey, yo, wait! Please, chill, he good, chill. Please! Y'all acting out of character. Man, where the rest of it at? He was cut to the organizers. Rich, I didn't want you to do all that. I just wanted to get the money back. You can't just be beating up people because you mad at Tyrone. Look, this ain't about Tyrone. Look, I'm mad at you. Man, you weak as hell out here. And you making me weak too. That's why you got played. And that's why Tyrone and the rest of these blockhead busters think they can come at me sideways. I'm tired of saving your raggedy ass time and time again. Look, I'm keeping all this. Consider this your final debt to me. I'm done. For real this time.